Our honorable faculty and fellow classmates, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm Nazmunnahar Khanum with ID 2154991001. Today I'm going to present long-term evaluation LTE 4G. As you can see, here are the contents that we have come up with in order to discuss in depth of this following topic. Networks are classified into generations based on speed, connectivity, and reliability standards set forth by ITUR. 4G stands for the fourth generation of telephone service. It is the general standard now and is considered fairly fast in today's world. It also provides wireless network access at a higher speed. So, we can clearly see that 4G is faster and more reliable as it costs lower than previous generation. It is also known as mobile broadband anywhere. One of the terms to define 4G is MAGIC. M for mobile multimedia, A for anytime anywhere, G for global mobility support, I for integrated wireless solution, and C for customized personal service. So higher bandwidth enables a range of new applications for customer and for business as well. For customer, it improves user experience by delivering enhanced real-time multimedia. And not only that, for business, it also offers high-speed VPN services along with greater security and privacy. 4G creates a platform upon which to build and deploy the products and services of today and those of tomorrow. So long-term evaluation is the technology behind 4G. It is an open, interoperable global standard technology used by virtually all carriers. As you can see, all major smartphones use LTE today. In fact, there is no such thing as true 4G as defined by the standard set forth. Even if your phone is advertised as 4G, it uses LTE technology. So it also has special features to manage the network. First, it can assign priorities to customers. Emergency calls get a higher priority for calls than someone like me, and if there are many folks on the network, the priorities will decide which call gets through first and which one might get dropped. So one other features of LTE is that it is a self-organizing network. It means that if there is an outage, the calls will be rerouted to another path automatically, and once service is restored, the network will revert back to its optimally designed path. So 4G and LTE together they make 4G LTE the fastest 4G service available today. However, we can achieve higher speed in two ways that helps to reach an accepted standard. So the first generation of mobile communications started with AMPS, which was an analog system and can be thought of as 1G. So from there, we progressed to GSM and CDMA1, which is pretty much regarded as 2G, and then to UMTS and EVDO, which are 3G technologies. And the latest technologies that are regarded as candidates for 4G are LTE and 802.16m. So in this case, it serves some significant purposes such as ensuring high network capacity and high quality service for next generation multimedia. LTE's technology advances to help the company deliver true mobility to its customers. Its improved speed and greater bandwidth offers in-office business applications and services to enhance productivity. So with 4G LTE, users enjoy extremely fast download speeds and therefore smoother streaming video, faster loading websites, and eventually potential better call quality. The existing mobile networks have until recently been relying purely on 3G or UMTS technology, which is now 10 years old and is struggling to cope up with the needs of today's data-hungry users. 4G LTE is the next stage in mobile network development. So the usability of this anytime, anywhere, and with any technology have made the user satisfied enough. That's all. Thank you very much. The rest of the part will be continued by Abdullah Mahfouz.
Thank you, Nazmunnahar Khanum. I am Abdullah Mahfouz, ID 2154991028. From previous presenter, we already know about what is 4G LTE. Now we see the basic architecture of LTE. The major component of LTE is UE, eNode B, MME, HSS, PCRF, serving gateway, PDN gateway, etc. We will discuss all components respectively. Basic architecture of LTE can be divided into three sections. First one, the user equipment, it also called mobile stations. Second one, the evolved UMTS terrestrial radio access network. It is known by EUTRAN. It consists eNode B. The third one, the evolved packet core EPC. It consists MME, HSS, PCRF, serving gateway, PDN gateway, etc. Let's see the UE. This is the very first requirement of any network architecture. The user equipment is any device used directly by an end user to communicate. It can be a handheld telephone, mobile or any other device. Mainly the UE or mobile station is the combination of mobile equipment and subscriber identity module. Now the second major part of LTE, EUTRAN. This is the access part of the network, which is splitted by hexagonal cells. The hexagonal cell is wide geographical area. A hexagonal cell site gives radio coverage to a cell. The cell site is a location or a point. Every cell has a cell tower named E node B in LTE system. So let's see what is the function of E node B. The E node B establishes the logical connection with the core network for end user. It performs some major functions like cell control, mobility control. Even user security is maintained by E node B. More important thing is some essential function like shared channel handling, segmentation and multiplexing also performed here. Thank you. Now I am requesting Saila Jahan to continue the presentation.
Thank you, Abdullah Mahfuz. Assalamu alaikum. I am Shailabi Jahan. My ID is 2154991014. My previous presenter already said that a 4G LTE architecture has three main components. They are UE, EPC and EUTRAN. Now I am describing rest of the architecture part. EPC. The evolved packet code is responsible for the overall control of the UE and establishment. In 4G LTE, main function of EPC is to provide the user with IP connectivity to a PDN for accessing the internet as well as for running service such as voice over IP. EPC has some elements. They are packet data network gateway, serving gateway, mobility management entity, home subscriber server, policy and charging rule function. Packet data network gateway. Packet data network gateway provides the connection between EPC and a number of external data network. Packet data network gateway ensures the user equipment connectivity to an external packet data network, acting like a point of exit and entry of traffic for the UE. A UE can be connected to more than one packet data network gateway while accessing multiple PDN. Serving gateway. Serving gateway is the anchor point for the intra-LTE mobility. In case of handover between E nodes B and between LTE and other 3GPP accesses, the serving gateway acts as a router and forward data between the base station and the PDN gateway. Mobility management entity. Mobility management entity deal with the control panel. It performs the signaling and control function to manage the user equipment, access to network connection, the assignment of network resources, and the management of the mobility estate to support tracking, phasing, roaming, and handover. MME control all control panel function related to subscriber and session management. MME control the high level of operation of the mobile by means of signaling messages and home subscriber server and provide authentication. Home subscriber server. Home subscriber server deal with a database that store user related and subscriber related information. It also provides support function in mobility management, call and session setup and authentication and authorization. Policy and charging rule function. Policy and charging rule function is responsible for the policy control session making as well as for controlling the flow based charging functionalities in the policy control enforcement function, which resides in the packet data network gateway. It also provides a QoS policies on charging rule through the GS interface. Thank you. Now I am requesting our another group member Iqtiaz Hossain to continue the presentation.
Thank you Salabi Jahan for giving me the chance to continue the presentation. I am Muhammad Iqtiaz Hossain. My ID is 2154991046. Today I am presenting technology and methodology part. LTE stands for long-term evaluation and sometimes is called 4G LTE. 4G is the short form of 4th generation. It is the 4th generation of mobile telecommunication technology succeeding 3G and preceding 5G. A 4G system, in addition to the usual voice and other services of 3G, provides mobile ultra-broadband internet access, for example, to laptop with USB wireless modems, to smartphones and other mobile devices. Long-term evaluation is a radio platform technology that will allow operators to achieve even higher peak throughputs than HSPA plus in higher spectrum bandwidth. Orthogonal frequency division multiple access and multiple in multiple out replace CDMA spread radio spectrum technology. It is standard for wireless data transmission. With this service, you can download your favorite music, data information easily with high-speed internet services. For getting 4G LTE, you need evolved hardware technology and improved Network bandwidth. For LTE performance, there are some requirements. These are data rate. Instantaneous downlink peak data rate of 100 megabit per second in a 20 megahertz downlink spectrum. That means 5 bit per second per hertz. Instantaneous uplink peak data rate of 50 megabit per second in a 20 megahertz uplink spectrum. That means 2.5 bit per second per hertz. Then cell range 5 kilometer. It is optimal size. 30 km sizes with reasonable performance, up to 100 km cell sizes supported with acceptable performance. Then cell capacity, up to 200 active users per cell, 5 MHz, that means 200 active data clients. Then mobility, optimized for low mobility 0 to 15 km per hour but supports high speed. Then latency, it should be user plan is less than 5 millisecond and control plan is less than 50 millisecond. Then improved spectrum efficiency, cost effective migration from release 6 universal terrestrial radio access, radio interface and architecture. Then improved broadcasting, IP should be optimized, scalable bandwidth, like 20 megahertz, 15 megahertz, 10 megahertz, like this. Then coexistence with legacy standards, users can transparently start a call or transfer a data in an area using an LTE standard, and when there is no coverage, continue the operation without any action on their part using GSM, GPRS or WCDMA based services. Thank you. The rest part will be discussed Maruf Hassan.
Thank you, Iftiaz Hussain, for your beautiful presentation. My name is Maruf Hassan and my ID is 215-499-1050. In this section, I am going to discuss about the application of the 4G network. Now these days, the video conferencing is the most common use of internet. 4G network makes it easier and more smooth for users. In online or virtual classroom, most of the time, students and teachers need to connect with each other in real-time communication. So a high-speed internet connection is highly required for this. In telemedicine, a medical representative provides advice to the patient with related guidelines and materials. 4G heterogeneous wireless access network can be used to provide e-health service in both indoor and outdoor environment. There was a time when we played offline video game by using computer or mobile devices alone. But now we can join with multiple player in virtual game room as well as talk with them, and this feel it's such real. 4G technology has a unique application for accessing several wireless networks. It is capable of high level of customization at the user level. The 4G compatible device can easily access different mobile and wireless networks such as cellular network, wireless LAN, satellite network, and wireless networks simultaneously. This operation is actually done by using different kind of software. Advantages and disadvantages. There are so many advantages of 4G LTE. The most obvious advantage of 4G network is its amazing speed with increased bandwidth, uninterrupted connection, wide coverage, and most secure network at an affordable price. There are also some disadvantages that we can count. Most of the old hardware can't support this technology, so we have to change them. Because of the new technology, it may have some glitches or bugs at the first time. It consumes more power than old technology, and there are also have some coverage issues. And now I am requesting Sabbir Hossain to continue with the next slides. Thank you.
My name is Sabir Ahmed and my roll number is 2154991045. Today I will compare about different generation of technology. As you know, there are 5 generations. The first generation started with the analog cellular type technology, and then the GSM and CDMA comes in the second generation, and third generation WCDMA and Edge are there. In fourth generation we have LTE WiMAX in there. In fifth generation we have MIMO and mmWave in there. If you see the frequency, it's started from 150 megahertz and up to 300 gigahertz in 5G. and data bandwidth is started from 2 kbps in first G, and more nowadays it's 1 gigabyte per second in 5G and above. Yeah, there are different switching type in here, like circuit switching and packet switching. Circuit switching is used in first generation and second generation. Packet switching is used from second generation to fifth generation. Slide, we like to visualize the speed ratio and the frequency of different network. You can see from first generation to fifth generation, the speed is increased in a significant way. And in the right slide, we can see the 4G frequency and the 5G frequency. The 5G frequency is significantly high than 4G frequency. Now let's visualize the circuit switching method. Here the first person call is travel between the multiple station or switching center and reached the second person. And now in the packet switching, data is travel in different path, and at the end of the path it reaches in the second host. In this page we can see the different applications of first generation and fifth generation. In the fourth generation we have LTE-M, which is a low power wide area network radio technology developed by 3GPP, which gives us a much better internet experience. And in the 5G we have greatly increased speed and sharp increase in the amount of data transmission with the help of enhanced mobile broadband, which is very useful nowadays. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Sabir Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. This is Shahina Nazdin Marjan. My ID is 2154991030. In the continuation of our presentation, I will tell about future of LTE and draw a conclusion of this presentation. As we know, LTE technology is used for increasing the speed and the capacity of the network. In the lifespan of G from third generation to fourth generation, we used LTE technology because no phone actually can reach the design standard for 4G. There are three versions of LTE. The first version of LTE is released 2008-9, exceeded the targets for 3G but did not reach the 4G targets. This version we see in many early of the first 4G smartphone. As we remember, user found LTE technology for the very first time in Samsung Galaxy phone. The next one is LTE Advanced, achieves the 4G targets with data rates 10 times faster than 3G. Newer 4G smartphones are already on LTE technology. The final version is LTE Advanced Pro, which sets the stage for 5G. LTE Pro is intended to be the LTE 4.5G technology transition to 5G. Here is the LTE release summary with their features. Actually, in the context of Bangladesh, we are still in 4G as well as preparing for 5G. The government of Bangladesh aims to launch 5G technology in 2023 and make the network available in every district headquarters by 2026. Whereas world already have introduced itself with 5G technology. Moreover, leading countries China, USA are already fighting for 6G dominance. Eventually, we have found 4G LTE as a flexible technology. 4G LTE has been proven in both consumer and commercial applications. Because of its widespread adoption, 4G LTE is very affordable, especially compared to the cost of the newest high-end 5G technology. Here is the references of our presentation. This all about our presentation. Thank you. If you have any queries, then you can ask. We will try our best for answering.